Hello and welcome to part thing of whatever of the Cliff Richard stuff. I thought, hang on a second, I sort of stopped with Wired for Sound. I think Wired for Sound got a little bit disconnected, and I was like, oh, hang on a second, I'd better pick back up, put the positives and negatives back together, and do another one. I've been sidetracked by my voice going silly in Duran Duran. Or Darren. If you want to watch those ones, go right ahead. Alright, so this is Cliff from the very early 80's, about circa 1981. And the first one is a German copy of Daddy's Home. Yes, beautiful purple there. And looks like he's got a packet of cigarettes in his pocket, but it's actually a Walkman. Just an interesting pinky ring too. It's like, oh, Cliff, you're looking so rugged. Doing that trend of having the short sleeves slightly rolled up with what looks like a bin liner jacket, actually. That photo looks like it would be more suited for the Wired for Sound single. You know, it looks like he's up against looks like it's a jukebox with the Walkman in his pocket there. I would have thought that would have been for Wired for Sound. It seems more apt. Oh my god. Yes, next up is the UK copy of Daddy's Home. Now, a rather bland photo, but what gets me is that it's not so much this that got my attention, because it's just, well, you know, just a picture of Cliff smiling. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's the other side here that got me. Was that it's not only for the single here, but we're also spruiking the 1982 calendar. Yep. There we go, with Cliff looking like he's just hiding from something there, actually. So, Cliff, pose for your calendar. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, maybe he just doesn't like the idea of taking the photos for the calendar, and he was backing off and was like, oh yeah, that'll make a good pic. There you go, Cliff. I suppose given the B-side being shaken all over, maybe he's playing on that. He's shaken all over, so he's retreating. Or he hasn't had his morning coffee. And next up is the UK version of The Only Way Out, with, once again, Cliff pretending to play a guitar that looks plugged in, but, you know. Well, at least it's not the same guitar poses as like what we've seen in Wired for Sound and ones like that, where they've decided, oh yeah, let's look up Cliff's nose in the process. The B-side to this is Under the Influence. I can't imagine it would be anything more than his customised wine. So a subtle ad there from Cliff. No, it wouldn't be. But I heard somewhere in an interview that the only way out is the only way in, and it's you, is religious in overtone. It's he's actually referring to God or Jesus or some religious deity like that. So yeah, the you is not you as a album starters. It's you as in that one up there, or there, or somewhere there, or if he's all around. So yeah, that's what the song was about, apparently. And next up is the UK copy of Where Do We Go From Here? Or Where Do We Go From Here? A bit too far there. Looking sort of moody. Ooh, I'll just pose, looking serious. Actually, it'd be better off if I sort of... I can't see how I look, though. I probably look really pissed off or possessed or something like Um, yeah, it's that kind of like, I'll just pose looking out here without my glasses on, so I've got no idea what I look like, but I've got a feeling my eyes are trying to adjust. They're looking like saucers. Oh, gee, not a very good idea, isn't it? I think I'll put these back on so I can see what's going on out there. Oh, hello. Who's that? Um, this is a single that, ironically, that the B side is discovering. So I've been discovering all sorts of things. Uh, make of that what you will. And but for some reason, yeah, this was released in the UK, and wasn't a huge hit, I don't think. But that's what would happen with some artists is that you get a single that would be released in another country, and this is one of those examples. As for the title, where do we go from here? Um, well, the charts would be nice. And as actually the next one is another example of that, and I'm not 100% sure which country this is from, but I think it's German. For It Has to Be You, It Has to Be Me, with in sort of dark shadows again. That must have been a trend at that point of time. Of let's have Cliff in sort of half shadows or um, half light or something like that. Either that or it was just really bad lighting, and they thought, oh, we'll just go with that. And it's like, oh, this works for Cliff. We only need to use half as much makeup. And him going for that kind of stubble look predating George Michael. Next up is the UK copy of True Love Ways. You can pronounce that in a few ways, can you? True Love Ways. True Love Ways. Oh god, yeah, I could go on forever with that. I could spend minutes on that, couldn't I? And thinking, oh god, please don't. It's as bad as when you go overboard with the effects. Yeah, that's a Buddy Holly song there. Cliff with his fluffed up hair there. We're starting to get into 1983 now, so fluffed up hair certainly did start to become the thing with that whole new romantic business. Everyone was getting perms and things like that, um, and making their hair, starting to make the hair as high and curly and bouffant as they possibly can. And yeah, probably figured, well, if George Harrison could do it in 1979, I can too. And next up is the UK copy of Little Town. It looks like the same photo of It Has to Be You, It Has to Be Me. It's got the same kind of lighting. He looks just as bored. Maybe they thought, oh, this was a flop in Germany, so let's reuse the photo. Yeah. Oh, and in case you're wondering whether what that thing is in the upper right hand corner, that isn't the remnants of a price tag that's been ripped off. That's meant to be a star. I thought I'd better clarify that one. And lucky last, we have a bit of, this is an Australian copy. It's like, after all these international ones, I've finally got an Australian one. And this is his duet with Sheila Walsh, Drifting. Now, no, I'm not holding that up directly into the light. That's just how much gauze is across the lens there. Smeared in talcum powder, and I just went, either that or a talcum powder bomb went off just before the photo shoot. Oh yeah, that'll do. Can just imagine any less chemistry in that photo? Wondering if they've even were even in the same room or it was just sort of shoved together. So yes, Sheila and Cliff, they're drifting. Ooh, go for a good drift there. Yeah. I've actually got the picture disc to this too, and should it come as no surprise that the picture disc looks exactly the same as this? I didn't think so. Um, Anyway, that's it for the next lot of Cliff. We're still in the early 80s, and so I'll try and catch up a little bit more because I did that one for the 90s for some reason. I've got out of order there, didn't I? So hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, please do the likes and subscribes and all of that kind of stuff with bells and whistles and everything. Humphrey would really appreciate it too. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Please take care now. Alrighty. Ciao. Just do bird wings or something like that to say bye-bye. On the wings of an eagle I find myself lifted through the sky. Ooh, that sounded a bit funky, didn't it? Alright. Please take care. This is almost sounding like a take two, but it's not. Please take care now. Okay. Ciao.